Welcome to Unqualified Uprising, YouTube and Rumble's biggest secret. Shh. Brought to you by Halliburton, Raytheon, and everybody else dropping bombs on countries that are crappier than us. Mm-hmm. I'm your host, Mike, and it's the beginning of a new era in America. Well, I guess we had the era like 4 years ago, but we had 4 years of a bunch of bullshit. So now the adults are back in charge. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the woke bishop, Rachel Maddow's little brother, telling Trump to take pity on everybody and don't put people in camps, even though no one's in a camp at all and no one's going to go to a camp ever. And she said we need to have, like, civility and be nice to people, even though they've just been trying to throw Trump in jail for the last fucking 10 years. But that and much, much more on this episode of Unqualified Uprising. In chair one, as always, Big Joe.
Yes, it's Joe.
It's Joe. In chair two, the Tom.
Thanks for having me, and I will add they also tried to kill him.
And they tried to kill him.
Yeah. Twice.
And producer Adam.
Yes, it's Adam.
Okay. Trump has been inaugurated, over 100 executive orders. It's over. The adults are back in charge. We watched the inauguration. We listened to Rachel Maddow's little brother tell Trump that he's the devil. And we watched everybody roll their eyes when she started telling about all the LGBT and tranny nonsense. And then Trump did a dance with the YMCA, or with the Village People. That was pretty cool. I saw that. And then he went to like 6 other parties. It was great. It was epic.
Yes.
And now all the immigrants are getting kicked out, and America's going back to being normal instead of being like the French. Any thoughts, Joe? Any thoughts on the... I know it's a slow news week, but any thoughts on the inauguration? You gotta pull the mic to your face. There you go. Yeah. Yes, the inauguration.
I think it went beautiful. Elise Stefanik's on her way to getting confirmed.
Confirmed as what?
The ambassador to the United Nations. She did a great job interviewing and stuff. It was pretty incredible.
Did you see it?
I was watching it on C-SPAN.
What, you go and talk to everybody?
Is your microphone even on? Yours nothing.
Turn your microphone on.
Yeah, it's on. C-SPAN. I was watching it on C-SPAN.
You were watching it on C-SPAN?
Yeah, I actually...
The most electrifying channel on fucking sports television, C-SPAN?
I put it on so I could watch it all uninterrupted without the media interrupting me. So I was able to actually listen to her responses and stuff, and she answered every question perfectly. You would not want anyone else there to answer it.
I don't want anybody near the UN. I don't like the UN. The UN is a bunch of deadbeats.
Well, I think she's going to change the UN. I think she's going to make it more respectable.
Okay. Any thoughts on the actual inauguration? We kind of went off on an Elise Stefanik tangent. Give me your inauguration clips, Joe. What do you think? Give me your Cliff Notes. What did you think about it? You thought it was great?
I did. And I thought that it really hit home as far as us needing new leadership and the fact that we... And I like the things that he's been doing right away. He brought some of the hostages home. He went ahead and pardoned some of the January 6th people that were...
The trespassers?
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they were. I mean, if you... Like, let's say I go out and I break into somebody's house, right?
Yeah.
And... I get caught, the neighbor catches me, calls the police, has me arrested. I'm going to get at the most, if especially first offense.
A break and entering.
Like a year or two. I mean, they will serve.
No, you're not. No. It depends on which state.
Yeah.
If it's New York, they'll let you go and go arrest the person that you robbed because it's their fault. In California, too.
Yeah, but
if it's anywhere normal, you'll get 6 months in prison or jail or nothing.
They served way more than they needed to serve. So
the January 6 people?
Yeah. So.
Listen, you can't go into a government building. I don't care what anybody says. You can't go into a government building like that. You can't cause a riot like that. But you also can't put people in solitary confinement for 3 years without charging them for a crime. Yeah. And no one was charged for insurrection, so I don't know why they call it an insurrection.
Yeah, no one was, and I
didn't see the stealth bombers anywhere.
They're very hesitant about when it comes to the bombs that were found, the pipe bombs outside the DNC. They haven't really done anything with that because the Democrats are responsible for that.
How dare you accuse my horrible, racist, antagonistical political party of doing something horrible and antagonistical. How dare you? You think the Democrats would stoop to that level, sir?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes.
How
That's
dare
why
you?
I'm not a Democrat.
Well, I am. And I'm embarrassed.
Go to an independent party.
No, I don't want to go to an independent because then you can't vote in the primary.
Why would I? It would actually that would actually really concern me, with the exception of one thing. I have no desire to vote in the Democrat primary, and we don't have Republican primaries because we're in New York. So you're lucky you get one Republican to run.
Well, let's get Tom and Adam's thoughts on the inauguration. Then I'll go into why I can't register as a Republican or an independent. Tom?
Well, Trump's wife was looking like Michael Jackson. I thought she looked cute.
Wait a minute.
Jackson?
Wait a minute. Put the mic next to your face because we need to hear everything you say.
Michael
Okay, I'm about to skip you because that was the worst.
Yeah.
So she looked like a pedophile with vitiligo. What are you trying to say? No, I'm keeping you on the spot.
With the hat.
She looked like Michael Jackson with the hat.
She had the Michael Jackson hat on.
Okay, if you ever want to describe anybody in the future because they're wearing something Michael Jackson-esque, don't say they look like Michael Jackson. Say they're wearing something that Michael Jackson would wear. Because I was about to pull up Melania because I thought she had a glove on and was chasing children around. Jesus.
When he said that, it sounded like he had a crush on Michael Jackson.
It was very weird, Joe. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did you see Trump try to give her a kiss and he couldn't because of the
hat?
Got in the way.
Did she hit him with a glove?
No,
Did she moonwalk away from him?
Oh, it's one of those weird Hollywood kisses that don't make contact. It was a kiss. It was a kiss that didn't land.
Okay, you're digging yourself out. Go back to how you felt on the inauguration.
Well,
without Melania and Michael Jackson thoughts.
Melania Jackson.
Melania Jackson thoughts.
I think that was the door.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't the dog, but go
the
ahead.
door.
The door?
There's my ride.
Someone knocking on the door.
I don't think anybody's knocking on the door.
Oh,
but
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tom. Your thoughts on the inauguration.
so-
If I leave, that means I'm going upstairs. So keep talking. Don't just stare at each other.
I thought it was a comedy show in a way because, all right, so he does a speech. He says all the things we knew he would say. He's going on about making America great again. But the room was full of Trump supporters because those are the people that had tickets. So these were people that were cheering on Trump. And you just saw this one small section. This was comical from a vantage point of television.
Yeah.
You're seeing 90% of the room just stand up and roar. And you're seeing the 10% or 5%. Well, basically, you're seeing Hillary, Kamala.
Yeah.
By just sitting there,
Well,
covering their faces.
I actually saw
looking like they wanted to cry.
I saw Chucky Schumer. I saw the Biden. I saw Kamala, and
the Clintons.
Besides that, there were really no Democrats really there. I didn't really see anyone else. I don't know if Amy Klobuchar was there or not.
They look kind of. I
didn't see Kathy Hochul, despite her saying she was going.
Yeah.
I didn't see her there, so they didn't show her.
They just kind of look lost sitting there. They're just like sitting there amongst a sea of cheering. That was kind of comical to me. I don't know. It struck me. Well, did you see that little clip of W though? Now we got more fodder about W. With that stupid face he made. What the hell?
I know, right?
What the? I don't know if he even knew how to behave. I don't even know if he knew where he was.
It's
How dare you?
Well, what's crazy about this whole thing is back in 2016 when Trump won his first term and he was getting inaugurated, and even before that a little bit, they had the women's movement and stuff. The Democrats in this election, they totally disappeared. They seem really defeated. They don't really have an answer, and
they said we're out celebrating.
away. And
ahead,
they were like okay with just Trump going in. There wasn't really any protesting or anything, and they just were like, we'll just let him go in. You know, it was actually pretty amazing. I thought it was going to be that there were going to be a lot of protests and stuff leading up to it, which I'm happy didn't happen because I don't think the country needs it.
Too cold. They even moved the damn thing inside.
Yeah, which is a good security thing considering the questionable behavior of the Secret Service lately with the two security incidents that occurred in the last couple of months.
Yeah, actually, I didn't really consider that too much, but I'm saying they were saying that oh, he was doing it because he didn't want to be cold. I don't want to be cold.
Well, I also, but even,
some people got left out in the cold. Some people that traveled to go see the show, the show, I call it.
What do you mean? The protesters were out there crying about everything?
No, well, family members that came, like or I had family members that went up there. I don't even know if they got in, but they were going to the inauguration on Saturday. I got to check with him, my cousin Greg. I'm not sure they got in. So I got to find out about that. But some people got, because 100,000 people were expected to show up, and what did that seat? 20,000?
Yeah, it was 20,000.
Yeah.
Capital One Arena.
So a lot of people that traveled to see the inauguration couldn't get in.
Yeah. And then we also have the confirmations, which to me, it seems like they're doing the confirmations where they're doing easiest to hardest, because the people that they've been confirming with Rubio and Stefanik, those are the easy ones. At some point, they're going to have to confirm RFK Jr. They're going to have to confirm Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard. Those are going to be harder.
This is going to be. I think Tulsi's going to stay, but I think there's a few people on the cabinet that aren't going to be around in a year. And I'm starting to think Musk is not going to be with him in a year.
I think so. I think Musk will. Pete Hegseth, I don't know. If his family keeps dealing with that, he might pull out. I don't know about Elon Musk. I kind of think Elon Musk is going to stay in it. We'll see. I don't have a. Do you have a problem with Elon?
I don't know yet.
Well, my thing. Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Please, Adam.
My thing was that maybe looking back at it, maybe we should have done that would-be Nazi salute. That's not a very good fucking look. And they're fucking taking shit and running wild with it online. Like
as they're going to. They weren't going to let him get away with it.
Fucking Nazi.
But I mean, I don't know if there's some talk that he didn't mean to do it as a Nazi salute.
No, of course he didn't mean to do it as a Nazi salute.
So,
nobody in their right mind would go up there and do it as a Nazi salute. It was a dumb look.
I don't know how much he cares about the media. I mean, I think that he might be like Trump, where he's used to the media beating him up. And I also don't have a problem with the fact that he did it. He didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah, but still, you can't say it's just.
He was not giving
so
a nod
who cares?
to the Nazi
I mean,
party.
I don't know.
You got to be a moron to think he
didn't
was.
do like what's that? Where that thing that they say when they do
salute,
it.
Sieg Heil.
Yes, you know what I mean?
I would know it.
It's not like I get it. It's not like he goose stepped across this fucking stage and everything.
Yeah.
But still, it's not. It does not look good as you're coming in as a head of a government agency doing that in front of.
Yeah, who cares?
All right, I'm gonna say who cares.
I could honestly care less.
Okay. All right. So.
I mean, if it was known as being something that was intentionally done, that he meant to do, and they caught him or whatever, and the news media, anything he does is they're gonna beat him up. If he raises his hand and he happens to have his middle finger up instead of his index finger, they're gonna say he's telling everybody to go F themselves.
Mike explained.
It's like they don't care. They're just gonna beat the crap out of these people, the media.
Stating something along, Mike was filling me in, stating something along the lines of my heart. I give you all my heart.
Yeah.
But the gesture, the optics look terrible. But I'm going to say this: if you think that he was given some sort of nod in support of Nazi Germany, you're a fucking moron.
Exactly.
It was a stupid thing to do. It looked stupid, but he's not a Nazi, for fuck's sake.
I mean, the news media is a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
And they get people to believe this shit. That's what bothers me about it. They get people to believe it. There's a certain percentage where they get the people to believe it. 25, 30%, enough to be an annoyance.
Yeah. They want to just be a nuisance. If they can be a nuisance with it, fine. And it's fear mongering.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's more proof that these concentration these non-existent concentration camps are going to open up.
Get ready, guys. The camps are coming.
You know what they need to do? They need to get these guys. They need to kick these guys in the balls in the news media. What they need to do is take away the ability for public officials to have to prove malice to sue. where if they could prove libel, they could sue him. They need to take that ability away. They need to make it so public officials and private, anybody who can sue and prove libel, can go ahead and get money for it. And then you would see a lot of this media stuff where they have the bias and it's all fake news and they're trying to attack people. A lot of it would go away.
Well, we talked about the other day is like is Hannity count as news? Does The View count as news? I mean, are they making libel comments?
Well, if you think about it, like the National Enquirer, everybody knows that's not news, and they've gotten sued for libel.
That's
before.
funny. That's because that was always to be just like a fun. You didn't take it. There was the lesser magazines, the really fake magazines that were beneath the National Enquirer that you would just hang out at the grocery store and just look at these crazy articles.
Yeah.
For the fun. But
Elvis is still alive.
Elvis
Spotted.
was. I remember Elvis. I remember the headline. It was a famous headline, and Elvis was bald with a beard, and it said Elvis dead at 64 or something.
Yeah,
like that,
and if they do that,
spent 18 years hiding.
Yeah.
God.
And if they do that and they make fun of like Elvis or someone like Elvis is dead, so we can't sue him. You know, maybe his estate could. I don't know, but I mean he can't. But so I think there's probably a little bit more protection there.
I think everybody that surrounded him now is dead too. I
Yeah.
mean, they could have. I mean, Elvis was a laughing stock for whatever. Years after his death, I mean,
Yeah.
they just made fun of him. There was Elvis sightings everywhere. They did specials about the goddamn thing, but I don't want to talk about Elvis.
Yeah,
So,
I think we get rid of. I think the fake news thing does not totally go away ever. One way you could cut back on it is make it so that way public officials don't have to prove malice and they could actually sue for libel. And then it would make it a little easier for them to get money from these people that just make up stories. It's just fake news.
Did you
know?
guys talk about the Doge?
Oh, Mike's here.
Duh.
Did you guys talk about the Doge, the new hand signal?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about our autistic buddy?
Yeah.
Got with them. That was
salute.
not.
No, listen.
Yeah.
He is autistic. He's admitted that he's autistic, okay?
Yeah.
So, we're going to go on a little ride. Okay? Keep your microphone on. Take a ride with
I'm leaving it on. It's on.
me. I'm going to need your responses for a couple things. Is it a yes or no that Elon Musk is probably the smartest person in this fucking country? Possibly the world. The answer's yes. I
Yeah.
don't know why it took you so long.
No, it's not only yes. He's a genius. He's actually a genius.
Just stick with the questions there, Elizabeth Warren. Okay.
Christ.
Now Trump. No. You gotta just go on the journey with me.
Yeah.
Trump has been accused of possibly wanting to do what with people? With a specific kind of people, mainly LGBT, trans.
Put them in camps.
Yeah.
Come on,
You
Joe.
heard this?
Yes,
Yes, you were
it's
just talking
fake
about
news.
Correct.
That's what it
Fake
is.
news, right?
Yeah.
It's fake news. So let me ask you something. If you're in a room full of Holocaust survivors, okay? People that lived through, 1937 to 1945, whenever it stopped, that 8 million people or whatever, they're all in a room. Are you going to do anything with your hands or your feet or your body motions to invoke even something that could be misconstrued into anything to deal with the Nazi party?
No.
Not, are you going to wave your hands around where it could possibly look like a fucking Zeke Heil to Adolf Hitler?
No.
So right now, you are smarter than the smartest guy on the fucking planet. Because unfortunately, I love the guy. I think he's great. If I had money for a Tesla, I would have 10 of them. He's awesome. I think he's great. I would love to get in a rocket and get shot into the fucking sun. I love the guy. I think he's awesome. I hope he sits in Tom's chair one day. And Tom stands over there.
Yeah.
It'll be great. But, in a room full of people where there's cameras on every inch of your body, my personal opinion, and I voiced this to Tom before you got here, you can't do anything that would invoke the Nazis at all. No goose stepping, no book burning, no Zeke Highland. These are pretty simple fucking directions that I could give you to go speak to the people that were victimized during World War II. And I heard a little bit of what you guys were saying. No, he was not doing the Nazi salute at all. But, in a room full of Holocaust survivors, would you do anything even remotely similar to a gesture that was used to compliment and say hello to the Fuhrer? Anybody?
Nope.
Definitely not.
Anybody? No. Probably no one would do that.
Yeah.
If you're
the smartest guy on the fucking earth needs to think a little bit more.
Yeah, but he's not going to apologize because if he and I actually don't think he should because
I agree.
If he apologizes, he's going to be admitting it, and then they're going to bust his chops even more. So the only thing you could do, even if he is sorry, is to just go about his business.
I think he should come out and just bury it himself. He should come out and say, I wasn't doing the Nazi salute. I was giving people a piece of my heart, whatever.
So
and then it would die. But instead, nobody's saying nothing except Fox News and CNN. So,
and they're debating it, and I would just say, like, look, that's not what I meant. Fuck you. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Let it go.
Sit right there and be like, yes, I agree with you.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did a Nazi salute in front of 20,000 people, and I saw it. Regardless if... Okay, let me ask
Well, fuck you. That's not what it was meant to be. I was pouring my heart out.
Right, but what I really need to hear you say would be, I will never do anything remotely like that to get confused with a Zeke Heil ever again. Sorry.
Somebody that has makes hand gestures a lot. Somebody
He does that a lot.
People that talk with their hands, it's suggested to them sometimes. If you're doing a public speech or whatever, you put your hands in your pocket. If you make a lot of hand gestures.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, and I'm going to ask you questions again. How many times, and I want you guys to really think about this in your brains, how many times have you accidentally thrown up a fucking Nazi salute? Or something that can be misconstrued into a Nazi salute. You all better say
I
zero.
don't think so, no.
Correct. This is the point I'm trying to make. Regardless if he apologizes, he needs to own it. Regardless if we can sit here and say, well, you need to see the other camera angle. The fat lesbian in Arkansas don't get to see the other camera angle. All she sees is fucking Elon Musk up there saluting the Fuhrer.
Right. That footage, all that footage that seems to be key, always seems to go missing. As we know.
Yeah. You can't get yourself into that position.
So
we'll see what happens with it. He hasn't even been confirmed yet. He might.
They're already fucking it up.
But what I'm saying is he might not be confirmed because of it. You never know.
He doesn't have to be confirmed. It's a new governmental agency. It doesn't.
I think everything. I mean, the cabinet members all have to be confirmed. Don't they have to go in front of the?
It's a government organization, but I don't think it's like people are voted into this, and people don't get picked by like a committee. I think Trump picked these guys, and I think they're like special envoys.
It could be. I mean.
I don't think anybody's appointed.
Okay.
Do you think anybody would appoint Elon Musk?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Elise Stefanik was ambassador to the UN, and she had to go through and get grilled by the Congress. That happened like yesterday.
But well, listen.
I don't know.
Pull up if Doge members need to be confirmed, please, because I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant.
But yeah, I agree with you though. I now that you're saying it, yeah, it should have been. It was just dumb.
So what if Trump wants to tell everybody he's number one?
And
everybody's number one. He gives everybody the finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
He was trying to say everybody's number
But he didn't
one.
mean it.
I didn't mean it. So
Yeah.
Go and rob the bank. I can say I didn't mean it.
There's
He
nothing,
stuck
no
out like a
articles.
sore thumb. He did.
Hey,
Sorry about
There's
that.
nothing on there.
there's nothing on there that says I need to be confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Listen, that Google search was limited at best. I can guarantee you because he got back within 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He probably looked for like a minute, and that was it. But I'm going to go on a rant here. And I'm not trying to change your mind against Trump. I think Trump is great. I think the Doge is great. I think this whole administration is great and it's going to be great. But me personally, I think they started it out on a bad fucking foot, on the wrong foot. You want to know why? Because before he was even sworn in, they got let me get her fucking name right. Reverend Marianne Edger Bood, Buddde. So that would be Buddy,
Yeah.
Buddy, maybe.
Buddy, whatever.
Boob.
So this was the little bishop that inaugurated Trump on the Bible. And they also said his hand wasn't on the Bible because he didn't have the right angle.
And his fingers crossed behind his back.
So this woman, I'm not sure if this was said to George Washington when he was did George Washington get sworn in on a fucking Bible?
I think they all do.
What was it? Well, it started. What year was it? They did make some sort of reference to the tradition of inauguration, and I just can't remember specific. I don't think George Washington was inaugurated. I think he was installed.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. When the priest was telling George Washington about his duties as president, she didn't say first of all, this is an LGBTQ plus person from the Catholic Church, which I don't understand. Maybe you can help me with that, Joe. I didn't understand any of that. I thought you can't be gay in the church. Is that wrong?
Well, apparently it's okay now because they changed the rules.
Oh, everything's okay now.
Unless you were getting back when I was a kid, it would be if you're trying to save yourself, you can join the church and try to save yourself.
Yeah.
Or get transformation into being a straight person.
I mean, homosexuality is believed to be a sin by a lot of religions.
It is reprehensible for man to lie next to man. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah. And
So if you,
by a lot of religions, not all religions.
Well, this woman is what do they call it?
Bishop.
The bishop. She's the mouthpiece of God. And she made sure to tell Trump that he has to have mercy on immigrants, more specifically the people who pick our crops
Yes.
and work night shift. And, because no one else fucking does that.
Right.
And clean our toilets because somehow only immigrants can clean toilets. I love how the people that are trying to be the least racist always come out and say the most racist things. Well, I don't know what's wrong with that Mexican lady. She's not cleaning the toilet or picking crops. She must be some kind of like an alien. Who knows? But
Yeah.
no. I'm still going.
Yeah. I was going to talk to you about
I'm
that.
still going right now. She urged him to show mercy to scared individuals, including gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who said fear for their lives. Okay, going on. Let's see. She emphasized the contributions of immigrants and stated that the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches, mosques, and synagogues. Gurdwara. I can't say that fucking word. Wherever the Indians go to pray. And the temples where the Jewish goes. The temples? No, synagogues.
Or for the Jews.
Well, whatever.
And temple.
Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. Okay.
Really?
Unfortunately, God was not talking about America when that was said. Right. I believe he was talking about the Holy Land over in desert land over in Jerusalem and Damascus and all those places. I'm gonna ask you guys an honest thing because this really fucking irritates me. Do you guys? I'm gonna go to you first. Do you really think that people out there think they're going to be put into a camp of some form?
Yes, there's a certain percentage that watch MSNBC and watch The View
that truly believe that they are going to be put into like a re-education camp.
They truly believe that, yes.
Tom?
I can't wrap my head around it, but I've come to believe it.
Adam?
Yes, there's people that believe it.
Okay. So if you're sitting in your fucking basement staring at your friend and you think you're going to be put in a camp and your friend's going to be shot because you're two gay guys, you're dumb. You're ignorant. You are what's wrong with this fucking country. you're a pussy. No one's going to put you in a camp. Do you really think someone's going to come around and put you in a camp? You sound like the gun people. Someone's going to come to your house and take your fucking guns. Like, you are that important. Motherfucker, I ain't looking for you. There's a lot of other assholes that need to be locked up in a camp, which would be a prison, before we start arresting gay and lesbian. And if we arrest gay and lesbians, we have to arrest straight people too, you idiots. We're all going to be in camps.
I think it's ironic. I think it's ironic that years ago the people that were they were openly mocking everyone that thought they go, oh, they're going to come take your guns. Now that they go, oh, they're going to go round up all the gay people and everything and throw them in camps.
Why stop with the gays? Let's get the rest. Let's get the furries. Let's get the furries too. Leave the pedophiles alone. They're a protected class. That's fine.
You think the furry would belong in a cage?
No. And that's a whole nother fucking podcast because you want to think you're a cat? You're a cat? Good. I'm going to blast you in the face with this fucking newspaper when you don't behave because that's what people do to cats. You want to get spayed?
Well, you're not.
You want to get neutered?
It's illegal to say you're a policeman when you're not a policeman. So why can't I identify as a policeman or a fireman?
You can.
Yeah.
You live in an asshole state. Of course you can. You can say you're anything. You could probably say you're the governor of New York, and she'd get up out of her fucking desk, and you'd sit there.
Even if they got you for impersonating a police officer, they'd give you like a $200 fine, and they'd throw it out of court because you're in New York. What are they going to do to you?
How do you know? Have you done that?
No, I haven't. But I wanted to say something because I'm just not. I can't believe that there's so many people out there that like listen to the media and actually get so excited about some of this stuff. Donald Trump, for the entire time he's in office, it's going to be like last time. They are going to be ridiculing him, making up stories, doing everything. I don't care. I like Trump. I like what he's doing. I could care less. And the thing about it is when it comes to the camps and stuff, I don't care whether people believe it or not. Trump's in office for 4 years. You know,
so
it would be nice if the media didn't bamboozle people, but they are. This thing, too, with the Nazi salute. Yes, I agree with Mike. I think it was kind of dumb for him to do what he did. I think it was. It could have been something that was not done, and it stuck out like a sore thumb. The media is going to bamboozle him for something else if he didn't do that anyway.
Yeah,
they'd find something else.
It wouldn't have been as
egregious.
It
just doesn't matter. Who cares?
It wouldn't have been as egregious, but they would have found something.
I mean,
we got to stop giving him ammunition, though. We gave him January 6th. Now we gave him this nonsense. Yeah. We gave him. And I'm telling you, the more I look online, I'm not the only one upset about this bishop saying that shit right in front of it. Dude, listen.
The bishop wasn't picked, I don't think, by Trump.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, no offense. I'm the president. As soon as you start saying that LGBT, he should have stood up and fucking shoved her out of the way and said, that's it. J.D. Vance should have ran up there and hit her with a fucking right cross and knocked her off that fucking podium. Because you can't do that.
Hulk Hogan should have been there.
Hulk Hogan should have been there and give it a fucking leg drop. Yeah. I don't care. Get this nonsense out of here. Because you know what she said? You don't want to know what else she said? The gay, lesbian, trans children in this country are scared. They exist. Okay, let me tell you one thing. When my father was alive, I would have loved to go up to him and say, Dad, I feel like a girl, because I would have got the fucking shit beat out of me. But these are normal feelings. When you're fucking 8, you're allowed to feel all different and strange. But you can't go, man, I really feel like being a girl. And all of a sudden your boobs, you got a set of tits and you're 8. You got big breast implants. They cut off your fucking wiener. What are you doing? You're insane. And the fact that some representative of the church got up and said LGBT trans children need protection. Nope. Get the hook. Pull the old timey hook and yank that fucking bitch out of here.
They talk about normalizing Trump. That lady was normalizing that in that speech. She's normalizing it. Like she said it matter of factly. Like there's these kids.
There are transgender and LGBT gay and lesbian children. There are. You need to accept it. Okay. Okay. You know what, honey? I'll give you that. I'll give you all that. But I'll tell you one thing. The last person I want to hear talk about my LGBT or gay or trans or lesbian child is the fucking priest. That's the last person I want to know anything about my child's sexuality. Why do you even know?
The history.
Why do you know? You're a priest. Shut up about children.
The priests have a little bit of a history.
I'm sorry. I'm just irritated. I've been dealing with this shit for years. What is a woman? I don't know. What is a woman? I don't know. What? What do you mean you don't know? Then you can't work here. You are not qualified.
I could tell you one thing. If they want to turn people away from religion and you're a bishop or a priest, do that.
Do that. Do exactly that.
Yep, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Made me want to fucking draw a pentagram on the ground and fucking dance around naked in the forest like a pagan.
Yeah, it was insane.
I'm sorry. I'm fired up about this because I thought this shit was over with.
I completely agree with you.
And I was before you got here and before Adam got here, I was yelling at Tom about it, and he probably couldn't even believe me. And then I pulled it up and we watched it, and we couldn't even get through it without going, man, what are you doing?
We were telling her to shut up. Like,
Shut up!
This. Like, what are you, out of your mind? Like, somebody tackle her.
Everything you're saying is great until you start with that nonsense, because nobody wants to hear that nonsense. She might as well have got up there and start screaming about Predator 2 and Dick Butkus and how big her cock is, because nobody wants to hear that either.
No.
It's annoying.
It is. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. And these people were picked by somebody to defeat it.
Somebody that's fired. That's who they got picked by, because someone should be fired. We said, listen, isn't that Trump's favorite word? You're fired.
That's his catchphrase.
Hasn't he pledged to get rid of all this nonsense?
Yes.
I want that bishop out of wherever she represents. I want whoever scheduled her out of wherever job they are, and I don't want her ever to do anything ever again with Washington, D.C. politics.
Well, whoever gave her that detail, I'm sure, is out. I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, but I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know,
right,
because that would reinforce Trump's ability to take care of these problems as soon as they manifest. When do you think this lady went on this diatribe? 4 o'clock yesterday, 3 o'clock, noon? When the fuck did she say this?
I don't know specifically.
I thought it was 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, 11 o'clock in the morning. Trump goes through that. Fucking 11:35. Who scheduled this? Who booked the talent? Would be my first question. You're fired. Goes out. Didn't he do a rally? Did a couple rallies that night, right?
Yes.
Should have started the rally with a giant picture of the fucking boob who hired this idiot and said, "See that? They're gone. I fired them. Gone, gone, gone."
Now here comes the village people.
Now here comes the village people.
He should have tried to circumvent all that shit. Oh,
That drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Because she might as well got up there with a giant dildo and a rainbow flag and wave it fucking around at me. I'm tired of it. Do what you do in your house like everybody else.
Yep.
All right. That was some rant, Mike.
You're not going to get
annoying.
He's
fucking annoying.
He's not going to get me to disagree with that. I completely agree with him 100%.
Because there's nothing to disagree
I
with.
think it's ridiculous.
And listen, my political party will defend this woman's right to exist all fucking day. And they don't realize that I'm not attacking her right to exist. I'm attacking her right to peddle this kind of shit to people that are too stupid not to fucking believe her.
Yeah.
That's it. Gay, straight, trans, cis children, they're running all over the place. Look at all them tranny kids over there. Hurry up. Cut their cocks off. No.
You think there should be tranny kids or trans people hiding in attics?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you think that's going to happen?
The Diary of fucking RuPaul. That's what it's going to be, like fucking Anne Frank. No one's coming for you.
No.
Newsflash. Breaking newsflash. You're not that important.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, well,
I've been fucking irritated with this.
You're speaking probably for a lot of people, so like
I'm speaking for everybody that has the fucking balls to say it.
We should take a bite of his brain, I think.
Well, it's insulting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watch Orange. I used to watch Orange is the New Black. Do you guys know what this is? Orange is the New Black.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Big tranny on there. Laverne and Her name's Cox. Laverne Cox. COX.
Yeah,
Cox.
it was Cox.
Yes, that's her name. Guess what? Phenomenal on the show. Phenomenal. Great. I wasn't watching Orange is the New Black and went, oh my God, there's a tranny, and start clicking the remote feverishly and the batteries fall out, and then I gotta pull the TV off the fucking wall because I can't get it to stop. Nobody gave a shit. She was a great actor. She was on Time magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another fucking rant. Keep up with me, boys. DEI, forced DEI, forced fucking affirmative action, DEI. It killed everything that I love. Everything. What do you see in this fucking studio? What's the majority of things? Let me ask you this. There's a lot of shit in this studio, but there's one toy and figure that out fucking numbers everything. Can you tell me which one?
The Star Wars.
The Star Wars nonsense. Yeah. Star Wars, 1977. Greatest thing ever. Star Wars. Guess what? Everything's gay now. There's gay and there's fucking lesbian kisses.
And the games,
and
too.
The girl is the only one that can do anything. Luke Skywalker, fuck that guy. He had to be trained. This girl knew everything.
Yeah.
She's a Mary Sue. They're wrecking everything. They wreck everything. And the worst thing about it is all's people want, everybody, Democratic, Republican, Independent, fucking those snake handlers out in fucking Ohio, everybody. They only want the best person flying the plane. That's it. We want the most qualified person flying the plane. That's all I want. If it's a guy dressed up as Chester Cheeto with cheesy fucking poof dust all over his face and head, if he flies the plane the best, I want him. No offense. If it's a Jewish, one-eyed, amputee, black, indigenous, lesbian who's deaf, but she can fly the plane, sign her up. Sign her up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
As long as she's the most skilled.
Nobody cares. DEI has wrecked this fucking country. It's the worst. It's like a plague. As soon as they start, well, we have a woman of color in chart. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it comes to flying the plane, I mean, you could actually easily change those letters to DIE, because if you don't fly the plane right, you die. And you could kill a bunch of other people, too. So
It might happen.
Thank you for interjecting, because I had to take a drink, because this is where the fucking rant gets affecting and gets you guys. This is where you guys are going to understand where I'm going. Let's see. Gone with the Wind. Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that movie? Does anybody know what that is?
It's a movie.
Huh.
Clark Gable.
Oh,
Frankly, Scarlett,
Huh.
I don't give a damn.
well, I got to tell you, I can't think of any strong, empowering female in that movie. So I definitely can't. No, there's no women in that at all.
No.
Nope. Let's see. Philadelphia. Nope. That's one of the greatest movies ever made. That had nothing to do with diversity. Didn't have any gay guys in it or black people. Nope. I remember that. I remember all the white people during Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, because there was no black people in that movie at all. Remember that?
Yes.
His best partner, his best buddy wasn't a black dude or nothing. Remember that?
yeah.
Oh, you remember Murtaugh Riggs? You know, Danny Glover?
Yeah, two white guys.
Oh, two white guys. Yeah, good point. Oh, man, maybe there needs to be a little diversity. Oh, you know what? Star Wars. Oh, wait a minute. There were black people in that, too.
Yep.
Wow. Gladiator. Wow, there were black people in that, too. Wow. What film rank and some other movie places say is the greatest movie of all time, action-wise? Predator. No black guys in that at all. Not a chance. Definitely not any women. No. Ooh, God, women. Who wants to see... My God, I don't want to see a woman on the fucking TV screen. Definitely the Avengers. The Avengers had no women or black guys. Nope. Definitely not. Avengers Endgame. No black people to be found. No women to be found. Yeah, I know you get the fucking point.
You had the Golden Girls
right.
No,
in the 70s
correct.
that had black people in
This
it.
is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Where When have we not been diverse as
I don't
content creators, movies, music?
In the 50s, we've evolved from
no, you can't say the 50s because the 50s had Muddy Waters and Dizzy Gillespie.
We've evolved from
and Rifleman.
Even the 30s.
Yes, and Rifleman as well.
If you talk about Gone with the Wind, the person that played, I don't remember.
Mappy, yes. She's famous.
$700 a week or something, and she said, I'd rather make that than $7 a week as a real maid.
But, I mean, that movie's historical.
Yeah.
There weren't, Saving Private Ryan, there weren't any Jewish guys in that. Yep, I remember that. Wow. You know, I guess there has to be a little bit more diversity because I can't think of anything with a fucking woman or a black dude in it ever because that's never happened. Oh, Full Metal Jacket? Nope. That didn't have any black people in it. Huh. Man.
What's front and center on your TV, though? That's what they get the image from what's on TV.
It ain't a bunch of fucking white people standing there looking at me.
Well, okay. Devil's advocate for a second.
Go ahead, please.
All right. I Love Lucy. Have you ever seen a person of color on I Love Lucy? I'm just kidding. I'm thinking like Ricky Ricardo was a Cuban guy.
Well, yes, and I understand. What was the show with the guy that didn't like black people? They couldn't sit in his chair. Carol O'Connor.
That had black people on it.
Yeah, they did, but he racist again. He was very racist. He was
a big racist.
Overtly racist, huh?
There were defenders on that show that would defend against his racism too.
Right, but he was still allowed on primetime television to be outwardly racist to a black dude. And we didn't have a problem with that. Black people didn't have a problem with that. You know who cares the least about diversity, inclusion, and equity, or diversity, equity, and inclusion? You want to know which demographic gives a shit the least?
Is it black people?
Yes. Wow, sir, you are an oracle and a bastion of truth. It is fucking black dudes. The ages from 25 to 54 could give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody is struggling. And no offense to anybody, affirmative action at its heart creates racism. And it's not even overtly racist. It's overly racist. Because think about it. Not only does the black dude have to think the only reason I got this job is because I'm black, the white dude and the Guyanese guy and the Chinese guy got to sit there and think, wow, I'm shitty because I'm not black, and I don't like that guy because he's black and he got the job. That's the only reason he got it. So now you got a self-hating guy, and you got three other dudes that now hate that guy's nationality or race in perpetuity just because of affirmative action. Tom and I have gone back and forth with the Rooney Rule. It's fucking insulting. Hey, Joe, you're African American. Come over here. We got an interview for you. You want the job? Well, I need $5 million. Well, we're going to offer you $3 an hour. So you want it? And you say no, and then I go hire fucking Tom for $12 million a season. It's so antithetical to what this country is about.
What you're talking about, there's a lot of resentment with people. They
it
think
breeds resentment.
That person got a job only because of his skin color.
It creates resentment.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, okay, you're the best pilot in the room. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. But I'm a 6'8" tall lesbian. I'm Brittany Griner. I'm going to get that job before you. And I can't fly a fucking plane out of a paper bag. But because I got dreads and I'm fucking a woman and I'm 6'8" and I happen to like pussy, I'm going to get the job. Right. So while you're flying a fucking Cessna out of your local airport, I'll be careening into a mountainside because the autopilot was fucking transphobic and crashed.
For the sake of diversity.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It is dumb.
But I don't think you realize how dumb it is. It's like every day you put on your shoe and you got two left shoes. The right shoe is right over there, but you keep on putting on two left shoes because you think it's going to make you feel good. Nobody cares about your feelings. I never really got that fuck your feelings. No, fuck your feelings. Because you know what? Everybody ain't nice to me every day.
No.
Sure it's not to me.
Should I fucking cry? And
yeah, and even if the people are, and a lot of times I'll be nice to them, where on the other side, they,
I know how it works. Mike and I both have dealt with a lot of resentment at a particular place that we talked about. So,
and another thing, if you are somebody that legitimately wants people put in camps because they're gay or they're trans, you should be in a fucking camp.
That I agree.
Because you're obviously so far behind the fucking times. You can't live in our society. No offense. If you think people should be in camps because of anything other than Japanese internment during World War II, we should have a lot of issues with it. You know, the Greatest Generation imprisoning the Japanese. That's okay.
Yeah.
We should take a lot of issue with that. If there's somebody openly calling, put that gay guy over there in the camp so he can't spread the gay. Those people, they need to go. They should be deported with all the fucking MS-13 and child fucking molesters. But ain't none of that gonna happen.
Nope.
I can't believe that on day one, Trump repealed all this DEI nonsense, and the fucking 2 hours before that, there was Rachel Maddow's little brother up there screaming about LGBT and trans people being hurt by Trump's mere existence.
Orange man bad.
Why do you pay attention to that? I'm just so
because it's world news.
Who cares?
Everyone.
I mean, Trump's gonna do what he's gonna do, and
there's a lot of eye rolling.
I think a lot of people. I think there's a percentage of people like myself that don't really care what they hear on the world news or the news about what Trump's doing, because I know that Trump is going to do good because he was in office before, and he did good when he was in office before. I don't care.
They'll tell you otherwise.
I know. I just don't buy it. I'm totally immune to whatever they're saying. I just think it's fake news.
And the other thing is, he was already president.
He was.
And all
these people didn't go in camps.
And all these fucking blue-haired fucks, okay? And all these fucking queers for Palestine and all that shit, he was already president for 4 years. So the only camp he put you in must have been food camp, because you all gained about fucking 100 pounds. No one's getting put in the camp. He didn't put you in a camp last time. He's not going to put you in a camp this time.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to put you in a camp.
And I keep hearing this, and these people, I feel bad for these suckers that buy this crap. There's people that are like hook, line, and
Rachel Maddow.
I mean, they just believe this garbage.
I think there's some people that don't necessarily believe it in their heart of hearts, but
they have to say it.
They have to say it. They go with it.
They have to say it.
Yeah, they go.
They have to say it, or they won't get the donors.
That's true.
I'm telling you, man. I wish someone would have hucked a fucking pineapple right at that bitch's head when she started with that nonsense.
Or like with W, the sneaker, or the shoe, whatever.
Well, yeah, the shoe, but whatever. Yeah. Like I said, get the hook and get fucking Bishop Corndog out of there.
But it would have been great if there was like an attendant with a white jacket on and a net.
Yes. Oh, here's what happens. So this bitch starts talking, okay? And in the background, like the door's open to the outside, right? And you hear, as soon as you hear, oh, Trump, you got to do this, and Jesus and Bible and president stuff. Oh, and by the way, you got to protect all the trans kids. As soon as that sentence was uttered, we should have heard screeching tire marks outside. And from over her shoulder, we see a white van come up and quickly get evacuated. And guys, got orderlies running up to her and grabbing that bitch, stuffing her in a fucking straitjacket and hauling her off like garbage and throw her in the van. And that would have been the end. Yeah. And then everybody can clap, and that would be the end.
Look what they did to that poor woman. That imagery is tremendous.
But Tom, I mean, you remember his last term? It was the same crap the whole term.
I know.
I mean, how could you possibly get? How come you didn't get immune to this garbage?
Are we going? Yeah, we're back for dinner. We had to take a little break. I was ranting a little too much, and the pizza was done. Now, Joe, I cut you off while you were saying something about DEI and the rest of this nonsense going on in the government, or I don't know what you were saying, but you were rambling about something.
Yeah, I think I was talking about like the fact that the news media bamboozles the society, and people still believe the news media, the fake news, and they talk about how Donald Trump's going to impact trans and put people in camps, and
I love that. I love it so much.
And it's just it's absolutely ridiculous. And it happened in 2016 too, where
he put people in camps.
No, the news came out and said it never happened.
Oh, they said it back then.
Yeah,
you're kidding me.
I remember it. It was fake news then. It's fake news now.
It's fake news forever.
It's just fake news. They're using the same type of stuff. Pretty soon, when he starts sending people back home to where they belong, which is other countries, all the illegals.
Oh yeah,
they're going to start saying. You're going to start hearing it within the next couple of weeks. It's going to happen soon. They're going to be saying he's putting kids in cages. There's kids in cages. They're going to show pictures of the parents and the kids separate.
In a cage?
It is
Who
not.
gets what cage?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Because I have a couple of cages.
They're sending people back. If they're separate for a little while. They're getting treated humanely, and then they're getting sent back. They're all getting sent back together.
Okay,
they're not talking. They do get separated sometimes, but it's very brief, and they're still getting treated humanely. They got treated humanely. The kids under the Obama administration, they're going to get treated humanely under the Trump administration too, and then they're going to get sent back when they could get sent back.
Who is being mean to these people?
No
Why
one.
are they always? Oh, Trump's going to put them in camps. How can you be afraid of being put in a camp when you're living on the street? Wouldn't a camp be an upgrade?
Exactly.
You're going from downtown to midtown, honey.
I know what you mean, right?
Up in the world.
It's just crazy. It is crazy, when you think about it. I mean,
no, when you think about it, it hurts your fucking brain because that's like letting a robber in and letting him live in your house while you live in the garage.
Exactly. And
no,
they came in illegally, and they got to be deported. They got to be deported. And if for some reason sometimes they get separated briefly, then that's okay. They're going to go to the same spot anyway. They're being deported.
Let me tell you, if I see somebody in a cage, the first thing I think about is fucking mistreating them because they obviously they got it pretty good right now. I better knock them down a couple of fucking pegs. Who is not treating these people humanely?
No, they are being treated humanely. They're just being sent back to their country, and the news media wants a story.
So these people could be eating caviar and having fucking warm towels brought to them, or they can be beaten with sticks mercifully over and over and over again. It's got to be one or the other. Can't these people just, stand behind a fence and sleep in the bed that they were given, which is more than they fucking deserve? Because I'll tell you, guys, I'm going to tell you a secret. Gather around. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Guess what? You want to know one of the worst places on earth? Fucking Somalia. A war-torn country. Somalia. They barely have an existing government. And guess who can't go there without fucking proper documentation? Americans.
Yes, I heard
I can't go walking in there, strolling through Mogadishu, Somalia, without somebody shooting at me or taking me to jail. I don't even get to be put in a camp. I just get shot. And okay, let's try another country. So I'm at the border of I think Belgium borders France or whatever. So I could just goose step on into France and they're just gonna let me in. I could go break dance at the fucking Eiffel Tower. No, they're gonna bring me to whatever sham government they have, and I'm gonna have to sign papers and become a naturalized citizen. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I don't understand what country these people think you could just fucking stroll in. You can walk like an Egyptian, like the Bangles, and come across the fucking border. That doesn't exist.
No,
there's no
doesn't.
place like that. Ask North Korea and South Korea how their border fucking works, okay? Nobody gets in. Nobody gets out, but nobody gets in either. And they are putting motherfuckers in camp. And they're still misbehaving. Why would I put anybody in a camp? What camp am I putting you in? The gay camp? The lesbian? Are we going to have a specific camp? It doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
but these people are pushing it. And I want them to explain it to me. I want them to give me the logistics. I want to know what color the tents are going to be. Are they going to be sequenced? Is there going to be music? Is Lady Gaga going to perform at this fucking camp?
You got to tell us exactly what's going on. You know so much. You know what Trump's going to do. Tell us exactly. Give us your vision. What is this going to be? What is this camp going to look like?
What Trump's camp?
Yeah.
For who? What we got to be specific because we can't denigrate any like. Is this the black person camp or the gay person camp? We got to be specific.
All right, we'll say the gay person camp.
The gay person's
gay
camp?
men camp.
Gay men camp?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, when you walk in, the fence will be bedazzled. It'll be beautiful with lots of rhinestones and pictures of Dolly Parton. And then when you go in, it'll be like the music that's played at a spa. And you'll go in, and Philadelphia will be on one fucking screen, and the birdcage will be on the other fucking screen, and whatever is the least hetero sport will be up there. Golf or fucking women's basketball will be up there, and they can watch that. And all the camps will have a bidet and a toilet, and all their fucking sleeping bags will have rhinestones on them. Like, it's as ridiculous and as fucking... As dumb as this is, as a bit, our four minds need to get around the fact that there are people that think this is going to happen.
Yes, there are.
They think the cop from the Village People and another gay fucking icon. Who's another? I'm trying to think of another. Fucking Sam Smith. Sam Smith and the fucking big drag queen are going to show up and take you to a camp and beat the shit out of you every day. This is
the poison.
It's the news media. That's what it is.
It's not just the media.
No, it's
not.
It's also the poison of
everything.
Social media. It's the poison. Like you couldn't convince anybody in 1980, and that's as let's go halfway back in time to the Holocaust. So 1980, Ronald Reagan's elected president. You're not going to convince anybody. Nobody's going to believe that Ronald Reagan was going to put anybody in a concentration. It was never even suggested.
And in fact, you'd probably be ridiculed for even fucking saying something like that and shunned. But continue, Tom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point because he could have gone. People could have suggested it. It would have got zero traction. No legit news source would ever suggested such a thing. Now people just say anything. They say whatever they want. Trump's going to put you in camp. He hates black people. Trump's going to put you in camp. He hates gay people. It's going to happen. Fear for yourself.
How does Trump have any time in his fucking life to do anything with all this hating he's got to do? He's got to hate the Israelis. He's got to hate the Palestinians.
Chinese.
He's got to hate the Chinese, the Syrians. Now add all the fucking gay and straight and cis and fucking furries. What is going on?
Yeah, and Tom does have a point because the social media stuff. The social media is to blame. It's not just news media. It is social media. I mean,
the news media is like social media.
TikTok is to blame too because there are people from the Chinese state that are actually using that to influence Americans. So that's to blame as well.
In the old days of Saturday Night Live, Gilda
Radner,
and if it was suggested that Reagan was going to put people in concentration camps. Like some wacko reporter says Reagan's going to put people in concentration camps. Saturday Night Live would do a skit about it. I'm just saying in general. Today, no, because they take that shit seriously. Like they're on talk shows. The people that are on Saturday Night Live saying this is going to happen. We're scared. These are celebrities saying this shit too. This is crazy. You guys voted for this shit. This is going to happen. They're talking matter of factly. This is going to fucking happen. It's not going to fucking happen. It's not happened. I don't think anybody with a logical brain could think that's possible that this could happen. Yet here we are.
I think anyone with a half a fucking brain can think that's happening. I
can't think that's happening or whatever.
Are you really that important that I need to physically go to your place of residence and pick you up physically and take you somewhere to put you in a special place so I can figure out what to do with you because you're that special? Are you that fucking full of yourself that you think this? You really do?
There's gays in the military. What do we do with them?
Shoot them, evidently. We shoot everybody.
Throw them in camp.
They're going to enforce other gay people to go to camp?
And you know what? And let me tell you something. The only reason that people know that there's gay people in the military is because people are screaming, I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. How about don't fucking tell me?
Yeah, there was that. What was that?
No.
Don't ask,
I'm
don't
not
tell.
saying don't ask, don't tell. I'm saying I don't fucking care. Shoot the bad guy. I don't care. I don't care if after you discharge your full clip in your weapon, that bubbles and fucking fairy lollipops shoot out of your fucking M4. I don't care. Just kill the enemy. I don't care if you're straight. Unfortunately, in the heat of battle in Kabul, Afghanistan, when I'm getting shot at by the Taliban, and Joe, you come to my rescue and save me and carry me over your back, and we're running through enemy fire, and you whisper in my ear, I'm going to get you home, buddy. Don't worry. No man left behind. By the way, I'm gay. I'm going to push myself right off your fucking shoulder and run towards the Taliban because you're gay, and I cannot stand it. I would rather be dead than be rescued by a gay person. If somebody thinks that, you belong in a camp, a stupid camp, where they serve you pancakes and punch you in the face like every 12 hours. That's what you deserve.
Pancakes with mustard.
It's just, you shouldn't even be allowed. They're obviously free speech. You can say whatever you want. But there should be a little amendment next to, there should be a what do they call it? Parentheses next to the fucking First Amendment that says, unless you're talking unless you're misinforming the rest of this dumb country. You have freedom of speech unless you're saying shit like they're going to put me in camps because I have pink nail polish.
Well, yeah, and you don't only as even being a free speech absolutist.
No, I am not a free speech absolutist by no means. Are you?
I wouldn't say an absolutist.
No.
I do believe in free. But the thing about it is, look at what happened with Stephanopoulos with Trump. You can't just say that, accuse him of rape. Look at what happened. I mean, he got sued.
There's an audience. There's an audience willing to eat it all up. That's the thing, and they want to get that audience. They want it. Give me more. Give me more.
Get closer to Mike.
Stuff.
Closer to Mike.
Say more bad stuff about Trump. Say more bad. I can't get enough of it. Feed me this stuff. Feed me it.
Yeah.
I want to react. I want to be mad.
And I knew that, too, when I voted for him, that the media was going to continue their assault, like resume from what they did at the end of 2020, right back to the way it is. I just don't care because I know that he has better results. I like what he stands for. He has better policies. So I'm okay with that. But I know that all of this stuff coming out in the news media, all this ridiculous stuff, is fake. It's phony. But there are people that they just consume that media. I know people. I've talked to them, people at work, people around town and stuff that I've spoken to that just consume that media. They don't want to watch Fox or anything else. Not that Fox is any better.
Yeah.
But they just don't. But like if you're watching like something and you don't want to hear all of this phony stuff, you could just put on like either C-SPAN or if you want to put on a local news channel. But if you put on CNN or MSNBC, you're going to get bamboozled with this stuff over and over again. If I would have listened to the inauguration on MSNBC, I actually did to prove that would be the case for like 5 minutes and then went back. I would have heard them talking all this crap, and I would have had to hear all this crap about Trump while I'm trying to watch the inauguration. I'd rather just watch the inauguration, so I put on the channel that was going to play just the inauguration, which happened to be Fox News. It wasn't because I was just trying to avoid the crap. But it's going to just keep going. The whole time he's in office.
So what would be like they would say legit network news, okay? So like regular network news, I'm watching Jimmy Carter's funeral, I think on CBS. I think it was CBS. I'm not.
It was simulcast.
I know, but I'm trying to remember the specific channel I was watching, but I'm pretty sure it was CBS. So we talked about in another podcast that Trump and Obama were yucking it up. And one of these journalists is saying how Obama has to sit there. What a statesman Obama has to sit there and tolerate Trump talking to him. This is like legit, supposedly legit media talking to us on a network broadcast.
Journalist with a degree.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Better than you're better.
Saying, oh, Obama's quite the statesman. He has to sit there and put up with Trump talking to him. Like, it seemed like they were enjoying the conversation to me.
I sort of.
I don't know how it, how the conversation started or anything, but they were both yucking it up.
I know exactly how the conversation started. Hey, look at that dipshit. How was it working for him? It was terrible. How was it working with him? It was fucking awful. Thank God you're here.
Yeah.
Now, which child do you want to blow up next, sir?
Yeah.
Because don't forget, Obama blew up a lot. The shit they say about Trump, almost probably 80% of things they say that are detrimental that Trump had either done or Trump's going to do, Obama did that.
Who built the cages, Joe?
Who put people in cages? Mr. Barack Obama put people in cages. I don't. Who ordered drone strikes on fucking innocent civilians in Syria and Yemen? Trump? No. Obama.
It was one of his tenets of getting elected was we have a problem at the border. He used to say it, we have a problem at the border. We got to fix this problem at the border.
Crazy Willie said it the best. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. And then Ronald Reagan said it best with the scariest 9 words in the English language are, or we're here from the government, we're here to help or some shit. So I'll even break it down further. Let me tell you, when I want a job done quickly, on schedule, and under budget, I call the government. These are the last people you call to get something done.
Yeah.
First of all, motherfucker, if you were going to be put in a camp, you'd get a sheet that says your camp will be finished in 2049. Come on in. The government isn't known for moving that fast. You know what I mean? Like, aren't there still people in Afghanistan that we left there, like Americans? Yes. There's probably still people in Vietnam that we fucking left there waiting around. So the pure logistics of putting people in camps, it's unfathomable how much fucking work it would actually be. They'd have to hire fucking 1 billion people to do that. The scary thing is, it's kind of like McCarthyism. Because if you think you're going to be put in a camp, you're going to tell your friends you're going to be put in a camp. Now all your friends are going to be fucking scared. And now maybe you got a certain selection of LGBT people that you're close to and that you love. But those gay dudes over there, you don't care for that much. Maybe you'll sacrifice them to the camps to keep yourself not in a camp. This is going to your own fears and your own. I'm trying to think of the word, but you're spreading fear. You're a fear monger. You're not. No one's going to put you in a camp. No one's going to do anything. No one's going to do anything to you. I'm sorry. You're not that important. I know it breaks your heart. I know you're sitting there on Rumble or on YouTube listening to Unqualified Uprising saying, wow, these guys are really being brutal to people that think they're going to be put in the camps. I am being brutal to people like that. Because if you honestly believe it, you deserve a whole hell of a lot less or more. You deserve more. You deserve more than that. You deserve to be dropped out of a plane into hell, into a volcano.
Well, the only people I'll give a pass to is the children themselves, and
what children?
I'm saying that Bishop was
talk to the mic.
That Bishop was talking about children in general too, right? Trans children.
No, there's no such fucking thing.
I'm saying to you that okay, if you're 12 years old and your teacher, or your parents are telling you, hey, you can be put in a camp, a child's going to believe it.
That's true.
And that's kind of sick.
It is. And I also...
It's almost boring.
It's not kind of sick. It's sick.
Joe.
It's insane.
Sorry. It's insane.
I also think
Get next to the mic.
Yeah. I also think that when it comes to that stuff, that there's also people that listen to this stuff that actually spread the lies that don't believe it, which is even more dangerous.
You got any particulars? You got any names you want to throw out? Because I got names. Does this sound like McCarthyism? I got names.
Well, I mean,
names.
Probably a lot of people in the news media.
Dirty Dirt Dick Don Lemon.
Yeah.
That ugly short boy with short hair on MSNBC.
Rachel Maddow.
Handsome young man.
That other fat fucking black dude on MSNBC with the short hair and the bad jewelry.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Joy
Reid. Yeah, that distinguished gentleman. The guy who should be picked up by people driving a van, Van Jones or Van Johnson, whatever his name is. The bitch on Fox News that yells at Greg Gutfeld, whatever her name is, Sarah some, I think.
Yeah.
With the glasses.
Yeah, I know you're
Yeah, someone needs to
funny.
hit her over the head.
I like her reactions too when they rip her. That's funny. The facial expressions.
She's there to be torn apart.
She's there to defend the indefensible. She's there to say that Elon Musk did a Nazi salute. Even if he's standing there holding an Israeli flag and standing next to fucking some fucking rabbi, they would still say he did it, regardless.
I mean, and these people make so much money. You'd rather just take the money and flush it down the toilet. I mean, they don't
have to because
disgusting.
they make so much money, but they get viewers. People watch that shit.
But I also think there's people that watch it that also don't believe it and spread it.
They hate
The View.
Hate watching.
The
That
View.
too, yeah.
No. What he said is people hate watching it is like I would watch The View to watch them spread this shit.
Yeah.
They're fear mongering. They're not hate. There are people, he's saying that there are people that watch The View, don't believe a word that they say, but still send it out into the echo chamber. So morons with less brain cells than me decide that they're going to be put in the camps.
We need a studio audience to validate everything we say, because if you watch a clip of The View, they don't even finish a sentence before they all burst out. They all burst out in applause. Because I watched a clip from yesterday's show, and
Me too.
And she's halfway. One of the cackling hens is halfway
Sonny
through.
Houston.
They just start talking, and they're halfway through. They don't even finish, and people start applauding. They don't even get their point across, and people start applauding. I know she's going to say something great, so I'm going to applaud now. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh.
I love when they like fact check, but they like Tom will say, I saw Trump kick a dog, and he's on one side of the View, and the other person says, this just came over the wire. Trump was seen kicking a dog. You know, like their sources are themselves.
Yeah.
Their sources are what their fucking Yenta grandmother said to them.
And you're also starting to see more stuff when it comes to the fake news, too. You're starting to not only see the fake fact checks like they've always had for years, like even under the Biden administration, when some conservative would say something, they would say, oh, well, the fact check shows this is to be incorrect, even if it's spot on, 100% right. Now, you also have polling, and they're starting to do the fake polls, too. They're fake, where they say, like, how many people think Trump is doing a good job, and they put the poll in some left-wing area, and they're like, oh, he's doing a horrible job. He's awful.
Downtown Chicago says Trump sucks.
He's got 30% approval. It's just nonsense. It's so fake and so phony and so obvious that it's just amazing that there are still people that just believe this
People
stuff.
buy into it. They buy into
They
it.
buy hook, line, and sinker. Like a good percentage, maybe not half, 30%, 35%, but enough to be disruptive and enough to spread it to kids that don't, like especially the wokeness, to kids that don't know whether it's good or bad or whatever. A little kid, I think Tom was saying, 12 years old, 11 years old, they're still learning. So they're learning from these people.
They could be genuinely scared.
Yeah, it can be.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying the art teacher your fucking soccer coach, the librarian. It's not an unpopular thing to say that these people probably know nothing about actual medicine or being a fucking doctor. So, unfortunately for them, if your English teacher thinks that your daughter is a boy, that person should be the farthest from anything that's paid for by the government as they possibly can be. They should be running an oil well in Topeka, fucking Kansas, in the middle of nowhere. I don't want... If you can't tell me the definition of a woman, I don't want you near anybody else. You'll be put in stupid camp. That's where you get to go. It's called the state of Arizona.
You
go there.
You should be influencing anybody in education or anything
No,
like that.
you shouldn't be influencing anybody under the age of 18 if you can't identify the difference between a man and a woman. You should barely be allowed to conversate with any other human because you're spreading lies.
And all this seems so rational. It just seems so rational.
It does.
To me, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're idiots. I don't know. I don't think so, though.
Well, let me tell you, when I want medical advice, I go to the guy at the gas station. That sounds as preposterous as going to your course 2 math teacher for gender affirming care. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It is.
Ridiculous. Nobody in the government at all should be asking your child whether or not they want to be a boy or a girl. And I'm talking anybody that gets paid by this United States government, including you and me and everybody fucking else. No.
Yeah.
No. And if you go in front of the Senate or the Congress or the president or the Supreme Court and they say, Joe, what's a woman? And you say, I don't know. And they say, are you sure? And you say, I don't know. They should take the gavel and come down and beat you over the fucking head with it.
Here comes the attendant with the net again.
Yeah. Like, what's next? Guys getting pregnant. That's the next thing.
It's
Men,
impossible.
huh?
It's impossible.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh.
That's not.
They might not. They might be taught that it's not, but
that's not
it
the
is
can-do
impossible.
spirit that this country was founded on, Joe. Come on.
Now, here we're on the Senate floor, okay? I am leading the fucking DEI initiative. We're fighting against this nonsense. And they bring in 2 dudes, okay? Any dudes. And they say, Senator Mike, men can be pregnant too. And I'll say, no, they can't. And they'll say, yes, we can. And I'll point at a room, and I'll have the guards come over, and I'll be like, okay, gentlemen, I support you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put your money where your mouth is. You're going to go in that room. There's a bed in there. There's a television in there. We're going to bring you food. But you are not leaving until one of you is pregnant. Okay? In perpetuity. Then how long would these people stick to their guns? If they're forced to really enact what they believe or what they say they believe, it would fucking sputter and sink quicker than the fucking Titanic. So we need to have some accountability. And we need to start with shit like this. DEI needs to go. Hopefully DEI is DOA. Because it needs to stop.
Yes.
I think that's going to be... I think we're going to wrap this up. I think I've ranted and raved enough.
Okay.
You agree?
Yes.
I agree. I did want to go to January 6th, but we'll talk about that next
go
time.
ahead. Because
I want to do that next time because it's getting a little late.
It's getting...
What time is it?
It's 7:16.
Gosh.
What are you going to turn into a fucking pumpkin?
Yes.
What did you want to say about January 6th? Our cutoff is 8 p.m.
Okay.
But I mean, that's when I have to stop yelling.
Well, I said that was one of my number one. That was important to me that Trump.
January 6th.
Yeah. Pardon the January 6th hostages or political prisoners, if you will. No.
Trespassers.
Trespassers.
If you will.
Yes,
I mean.
trespassers. So I'm hearing certain news
Mike,
pundits say
face to the mic.
that. Come on there.
I know.
Okay.
But just face to the mic more.
Okay. Face to the mic.
Face to the mic.
And Mike.
And Mike.
So these people now people are outraged that these people got arrested. We're letting criminals out into the we're letting them free. These are dangerous people that we're letting out. You're gonna tell me all 1,500 people were fucking dangerous?
Murders.
No, a handful that were dangerous might have gotten out. They served 4 years, whoever they are, and you can't hold people in jail because they might have done this or might have done that. So the thing that bothers me about it is, but all immigrants, illegal immigrants, are getting vegetables and fruit for us, and they're doing cleaning the toilet.
Clean the toilet.
But they're all good. There's no sex traffickers in that group.
No,
There's
absolutely not.
No drug cartels.
No.
These are good people that were thrown out of the country.
Yes.
But these January 6 people that were just wandering on to
Satan.
They're horrible, and they got to stay in jail forever.
They are the worst.
Scum of the earth.
Scum of the earth. Terrorists.
And what were they charged? Like, I think they were charged with trespassing.
They were charged with trespassing.
Trespassing.
They're erectionists.
Yeah. No, none of them got charged with insurrection.
No. So that's the point. Like, meaning that, okay, so you fucking, it's almost the biggest bunch of hypocrisy. Christ! I can't stand it. This is my rant about it. Because
Go ahead.
These fucking people, like, those people are good. All illegal immigrants.
Every single
good.
one.
They're all good.
From
They're
Pakistan,
all good.
great.
Sugar and spice, everything nice. Fine and dandy, sugar and candy, all that. These guys are dangerous. These 1,500 people, all of them, they're all dangerous. And we're going to pay. We're going to be walking amongst them.
That guy's shirt says Harley Davidson on it. Oh, my God.
There's a guy in a video that wore a Harley Davidson
Oh.
shirt. Fucking idiots. You're fucking morons!
Well,
Sorry.
the majority, unfortunately, the probably a lot of the rabble-rousers, should we say, were possibly on the payroll of, us.
Oh, right.
Us.
Yes,
You mean
yes.
feds?
Well, we have to understand that when we speak ill of our government, I mean, this is not North Korea. We can say things, but we do pay for all of this.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
We paid for the people beating the shit out of the rioters, and we're paying the rioters because some of them are getting paid out because they got the shit beat out of them.
Oh.
So I don't. January 6th is I'm so irritated with
We
it.
support the blue as Republicans, but that's the credo. Not you or me necessarily, but we have undying support for the blue, even though a couple of police officers were killed on January 6th. But those same the same people wanted policemen. They wanted to fund the police. So it's the same thing. It's like you wanted to fund the police, but now we care about these policemen that died on January 6th. Those were the good officers. All the rest of them are bad officers. You got my point, I think.
No, I get your point. Fucking everybody, every child molester, everybody's great, but the January 6th people, they need to die.
Right.
If Trump came out and said, or if Biden came out and said, we're bringing the fucking gallows and we're bringing the guillotine, Rachel Maddow would be fucking screaming there with her head, with her basket for heads. Like, let's be honest. They want us, everything they say, every single thing that Rachel Maddow says, every single thing that Joy Reid says, if one of those two people or the rest of the fucking idiots, if they say that Trump's going to do this or Trump's going to hurt you or Trump wants you dead, they want you dead. It's called projection.
Yeah.
They are projecting what they are onto you.
They want to be right, too, on top of it. So
if you honestly think that illegal immigrants, the only things that they can do is scrub our shit-riddled fucking toilets and pick our turnips, I'm sorry. You're a racist. Unbelievably fucking racist and dumb. Because you know what?
Ignorance is.
Some of these fucking agricultural jobs ain't out there picking fucking carrots. It's taking care of cows. It's milking cows. It's running complex systems that milk the animals and feed the animals. You can't just be some dumb bumpkin. If they wanted that, they could hire us.
We need to take care of them. They're stupid, so we need to help them.
Same with black people. All black people are dumb.
Yeah,
they don't know what an ID is.
Yeah, they don't have a fair chance. They don't have a fair chance in life. We got to make sure.
Does somebody think that?
People think that.
It's the most racist thing I've ever heard.
And some black people believe it, and that's what. I mean, I would think that the Democratic Party was horribly racist if they talked to me that way. I would think.
Listen,
I would hope.
I think we all know that my political party is the party of slavery. We wanted slavery. So just remember that. Democrats, party of slavery.
It's not only the party of slavery, it's the party of other racist things too, like segregation. Remember, keep in mind, all of the historians that helped out with this, Abe Lincoln with slavery.
Yes.
You had Ulysses S. Grant. You also had, with the segregation, you had Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
And they were all Republicans. None of them were Democrats.
No, I know this. It's
They all helped. They were the ones that had the help to get that mindset.
And
out
what
of
did they do with Martin Luther King? He had the right message, and then bang, right in the fucking head.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
a terrible thing.
You know,
And
so I'm just
can't
saying,
blame social media for that.
No,
that was hatred.
That's for goddamn sure.
That
But that's the thing. He had the right like that was not like you see guys like Jesse Jackson trying to fill their shoes and Al Sharpton. No. I would like to believe that Martin Luther King was nothing like Jesse Jackson and nothing like Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton is a grifting piece of shit.
You ever wondered when he was younger? I used to wonder about Al Sharpton. He was obese, and he wore a jogging suit. I always found that to be ironic.
I got to talk to our fans out there. I got to talk to our viewers.
I think we have another subscriber.
A
You guys
viewer.
were saying. They're coming in now. At this rate, in 500 years, we'll have 1,000 subscribers.
Like when you get up in the morning, I'm talking to like and follow us on YouTube and Rumble and like and subscribe and whatever else these fucking people do. Smash the like button.
Smash it. That's the one thing I don't do when
Yeah.
people say that.
When you wake up in the morning, is the first thing
Introducing
you
the
do
Anya,
start
the
hating
non-lethal
somebody?
self-defense platform.
That's the first
Lightweight
thing
and
that
simple
comes
to
into your
use.
mind. Oh, I better hate this group. I better hate this creed. I better hate this fucking nationality. Really? Because if you listen to Anderson Cooper and you listen to Rachel Maddow and you listen to Joyless Reed, you listen to all these people and Joy Behar and Sonny Houston, they think all people like you and me and him, alls we do from sun up to sun fucking down is think about how we can negatively affect different parts of our population, mainly the trans and the black community. What?
I mean, yeah.
What?
I'm more worried about
listening
myself.
to MSLSD and the Constipated News Network
MSLSD,
and
I like
Deface
that.
the Nation.
No. You got to. I know we got to redact that because people on LSD are usually a lot cooler than those people. They're the nerds.
That's true.
They're the nerds.
Sorry, I will take that back.
And okay, you want to know the other funny thing?
What?
And I mean, we're getting near the end, but isn't it the government's shtick to be like unuseful and $25 million for a hammer and the government can't get anything right and they're a bunch of fucking boobs?
That's true.
So why are all these people telling me I need to listen to the government and follow them blindly? Since when? Journalists used to speak like if the U.S. government in the 70s said everybody needs to go find some dog poop and eat it, Walter Cronkite would have been like, no.
I know.
The government wants you to eat dog crap. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
These people have a responsibility to tell the truth. And
Walter Cronkite was unbelievable when it came to actual news. He might have been one of the last ones that didn't.
He reported it.
yes,
He reported the news
without a slant.
Without a slant. He just directly said it. He didn't put his opinion in necessarily. He would do.
He would tell the story
Yeah.
and tell you the right story, and then interject whatever his biases were. We watched him in school.
Yeah.
Like he would. If the story was Tom wore black shoes and everybody had a problem with it, he would say, well, Tom wore black shoes today, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but here's the problems. He would actually, yes.
He'd tell you what people's grievances are.
Yes.
And he'd say, I don't he makes sure like this is how I feel about it.
Right.
But he wouldn't say you have to feel that way or otherwise you're a racist.
Yeah. Ted Koppel to a lesser extent, Peter Jennings to a lesser extent. You got to realize it was the 90s and there wasn't a if Ted Koppel came out and said it, unless he was like in a bounce house, you would fucking believe it. If you turn on television and Ted Koppel, Peter Jennings were going, hey, we got some problems in fucking Iraq. You turn up the volume and be like, oh, we got some problems in fucking Iraq.
Yeah.
Now they're like, well, Trump said he hates black people. And you turn on news and Trump's going, I really love black people. I just want to tell everybody out there, man, black people are the greatest. It's like whatever the news says. And when I say the news, I mean all the people that are fucking liars. Fox, CSNBC, Fox to a lesser extent. I know, but they're still so far to the right. Rupert Murdoch got them so far to the fucking right, they're never going to come back. How can Fox News, the most right-wing place, still tell you the facts? They say there was a shooting today in Chicago. 6 people died. They don't go. See, on MSNBC, they go, there was a shooting in Chicago. 6 black people died because of your racism. And then they stare at you. And you're supposed to go, oh no, racism, oh no, I'm sorry, oh my God. No, shut up.
6 black people died, and one witness said that the shooter had a MAGA hat on.
Yeah. Just like the guy who got mugged at 3 a.m. getting Subway by MAGA guys in Chicago in negative fucking 2-degree weather. That worked out great.
March 27th, 2024.
Did you ever
This
see
is
that
MAGA country.
Yeah, this is MAGA country.
That footage? You ever see the footage of him? The cop's talking. The cop says, "You can take the rope off your neck now."
No, yeah,
He's
he's standing there with the
like he was hanging out.
Had to leave it on for dramatic effect.
Had to leave it on when the cops came to interview him. He still has a goddamn rope around his neck, motherfucker.
What you have with when it comes to some of these news channels is like when it comes to like Fox, for example, which is pretty right wing.
Yes.
They're right wing all night because I think they have the shows on to get the audience, and they know people are going to watch it at night. In the morning, when they have the Fox and Friends, I notice they're a little bit more in the middle, but they're still right. You're going to notice there's a right slant on all of their stuff. And the 5 is a crap news program because there they just kind of argue. It's not news.
They just yell at each other.
Like a talk show. I mean, would you consider it like these shows that are on? They're like the Rachel Maddow, like the Sean Hannity show. They're like talk shows.
Entertainment.
Yeah, they're not really news.
It should be labeled.
We talked about this before.
What is it? What doesn't shit have to be labeled? Is there like they should have to come out with a label that this is it's not satire.
It's opinion based.
It's opinion based. These like, but we're gonna play a game. No, go ahead. Finish your point. Then we're gonna play a game.
Now,
did you have a point too?
I heard.
Okay.
I heard someone on one of those shows talking about the January 6th pardons.
Yeah.
And I got thinking about it, And Donald Trump, when he pardoned all of these people, I would like to think, and I don't know if he did, that he looked at like what they were put in jail for, but if the people that were trespassed, which was like 95% of the people that just kind of breached the Capitol, that didn't really do anything wrong, I think those people should be pardoned, which they were. But the people that
but they're dangerous.
That assaulted a police officer, that hurt someone, I don't know if they necessarily should be.
Well, no, but they have to distinguish that. If they can't distinguish it, I guess Trump said it. He said it when he was signing it. He said he was asked about it. He said, well, they did 4 years in jail. They can't distinguish it, but you can't hold people who are trespassing if you have no proof that they hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And also, he didn't pardon 100% of the people. There's a few people he didn't pardon. So they had to look into it further because these might have been criminals that actually were. Well, the left-wing media will probably tell you, otherwise. But
I know
I'm
some of them were
that.
accused of assault.
But I'm saying he didn't pardon 100%. Let's face it, 98% of those people were just freaking like people that were just wandering into it, just following the crowd, kind of wandering curious.
And the police will tell them to come in.
Yeah,
too.
and then police are waving them. But I'm saying those people kind of wandered in. Next thing you know, they're in jail. They're in jail for fucking. They've been in jail ever since
for 4 years, 3 or 4 years,
and no charges. I mean, what the fuck?
And battery on an LEO is not 4 years. Even felony battery on a law enforcement officer. That's what they say.
I wasn't.
It's not. No, I'm just letting you know the acronym. You're not going to get 4 years for that. I watch so much dash cams, dude. These fucking bitches and dudes, they're beating the shit out the cops, kicking them in the face,
spitting on
them. They get fucking 6 months. Like,
or they're out on bond.
Or if they get any time.
Yeah.
I know he's talking about. They'll be resisting and they'll be kicking. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. They'll start kicking the officer.
Yeah. Released on an appearance
So they
ticket.
don't actually go. Okay, so they don't go.
Some of them don't go. But to wrap up this podcast, we're going to play a fun game. We're going to play a game called Make Everything Racist. And we're going to play it with all the knickknacks and shit I got in this studio. So I want you guys to kind of take a look at everything in the studio. You've been sitting down here for 6 fucking months. We've done 30 episodes. I want you to pick something out that's, of course, not racist at all, but tell me why it is racist.
Goodness.
All right, I'll go.
You want to go? Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Adam, you're first.
Chewbacca
Chewbacca? Why is Chewbacca racist?
talks in Swahili and swings from a tree.
Oh, good point. I never thought about that. He is absolutely correct. The Wookiees do fly they do swing on vines in the Battle of Kashyyyk. So he is correct. I am misappropriating black culture, having Chewbacca. Uh-oh. Okay. That's a good choice, Adam.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of you guys?
Well, your Led Zeppelin DVD set doesn't have any. Led Zeppelin never had any black performers.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. There is a hauntingly clear lack of diversity in the band Led Zeppelin. Man, that is very problematic.
I got another one.
Oh, you got another one. Okay.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. Uh-oh. Why is he racist?
They took the helmet off. He was a white guy.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. You are correct. Misappropriating someone's ethnic color or background. Oh, my Lord. You are correct.
We need a camera for that.
Joe, do you have any?
Yeah, Superman. He's always been white.
Oh, my God.
They got to work on that.
No, Joe, look in the studio. I don't have any black Superman.
It says Superman.
It says Superman. I would look over there. I mean,
okay, wait a minute. So you pointed at Superman. Why?
Because I thought about Superman because Superman is white. He's always been white, and a lot. Yeah.
Be careful with that.
Are they starting to change it?
No, but the comic you referenced, that group up there is the reign of the Supermen. When Superman gets killed by Doomsday, and one of the Supermen that come back is Steel, and he's a black dude. Shaq played him in a movie.
Oh, okay.
So technically, Superman's probably the least racist thing up there. Oh. So try again, Joe. You kind of see what we're doing here.
You can do it.
You can do it with almost every single thing up there. Like, I'll go. I see the Doom Space Marine and the Doom Cyber Demons up there, somewhere. And I have to say, there isn't a lot of female representation in those Doom games.
Yeah.
So, the least they can do is when I'm ripping the eyeball out of a Caco Demon and sticking a grenade in the eye hole that I just yanked the eyeball from, there needs to be a woman of color handing me that grenade. You're correct. Good choice. Let's keep playing. Well, let me tell you one thing, boys. There's a couple of NHL hockey players up there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whoa,
yeah,
boys. Woo. How dare we take a Nordic sport that was birthed, where there's fucking snow and ice. There better be some Aborigine, gay, Jewish fucking amputees in the NHL, or I'm gonna have a big fucking problem pretty soon.
Well, at least the puck is black.
The puck is black. You are
Yeah, but they're
correct.
beating it around.
You are correct. And you know what?
Slapping it around.
I do not see any indigenous people standing behind Jabba the Hutt, Slave Leia, and Salacious B. Crumb during the, Rancor pit fight. Yeah. See? Everything is racist if you're just that much of a dick. Everything is racist.
Be a dick.
If you want to be a dick, loser, scumbag, you can say white clouds and fucking butterflies are racist. It's too much. It's gone too far, and it's time to fucking end. DEI is DOA. Joe, thank you very much.
Yep. It was great having you.
Okay. Sure. Tom, thanks again, as always.
Thank you. By the way, Lando Calrissian was my favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, how dare you be a white man? How dare you?
I have black friends.
No, that's the most racist thing. Now you sound like Chuck Schumer.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
you know the
man.
guy who parks my car is black.
And I tipped him $5.
You know, my gardener's Mexican. Oh, okay. That means you love Mexico.
And
Great.
I gave my gardener a $10 bonus, and I tipped the black pizza man $5.
Yeah, after you stole money out of their wallets.
Yeah.
Anyways, producer Adam. Goodbye. Goodbye. And I am Mike, and this has been Unqualified Uprising. Like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube and Rumble, and bye for now.